Very good morning to one and all. Today, the third class for us, and today's topic is the fundamental concept of managerial economics. In the last class, we studied about what is a definition of managerial economics, what is the significance, how it differs from traditional economics, what is the nature of managerial economics, what is the scope of managerial economics, contribution of other disciplines in managerial economics. All these things we have discussed in the last class. In this class, we are going to discuss about the fundamental concepts of managerial economics. There are five fundamental concepts in managerial economics. Usually, they are called basic elements of managerial economics. All the topics will be coming under these five. The first one is incremental concept. The second one is the concept of time perspective. The third one is the discounting principle. The fourth one is opportunity cost principle. And finally, equimarginal principle. So totally five fundamental concepts we are going to discuss. We will see one by one. Incremental concept means uh, suppose you have money with you, 1 lakh rupees. In the next year, what is the value of that 1 lakh? Not necessarily it is 1 lakh, because suppose if you put in a bank, they are giving 6% interest, means then the next year that same money will be 1 lakh 6,000. It is increasing. Likewise, in cost, when you meet some expenses, this year it may be 1,000 rupees. Next year, not the same 1,000 rupees, it will be 1,100, because the cost is increasing. Why it is increasing? There are many reasons for that. That particular thing, when incremental cost is there, means there is a total cost due to implementation of decision. We are incurring some additional cost. That cost should be added to the total cost of production. That additional amount is called incremental cost. The additional revenue earned is incremental revenue. So there are two sides. One is the cost side, other one is the revenue side. What are all the additional costs incurred out of total cost of production? Then that particular cost, we used to call it as incremental cost. What are all the additional revenue earned from the total revenue for the particular year? Then it is called incremental revenue. Based on this, lot of decision has to take. That is why this the first fundamental concept existing in the management economics. Now let's move to the second one. We have to consider the time factor, because the time factor always give a change in the business. It playing a dominant role. Why? Because most of the economic indicator will keep on changing based on the time. For example, in case of pricing, uh, today's price is not be necessarily tomorrow's prices. For example, newspaper price is 2.5 rupees to 3 rupees today's paper. What about the that particular paper price or tomorrow? Because it is a yesterday paper, only for weight we have to take. People will give freely. So not on that particular time, the price will be fixed. So that is why the price factor is playing a dominant role in managerial decision making, because as it economic indicators are keep on changing. Uh, I may give some other example also. The one particular product price will be changed not because of the cost of production or raw material. 1 minute, somebody is joining. Social factor, political factor, cultural factor, all these things based on the time factor, it will change. Suppose it is a festival time, the price of the textiles, all the ready-made will be increasing. Suppose it is a summer, then there will be price of the AC will increase. So based on the time factor only, there is a lot of changes is happening in the business. That is why the concept of time factor is very important. we have classified this time factor into 4 categories based on the interval of time. First one is very short time period, second one is short period, third one is long period, and very long period. Within a day means very short period. Within a week is a short period. 1 year is a long period, and more than 1 year means it's a very long period. So likewise, for example, I'm saying not necessarily it will be depending upon the type of product, time interval may change. The third fundamental concept is discounting principle. I can give a simple example. Suppose the price of an apple maybe 10 rupees. If you buy one, you have to pay 10 rupees. Suppose you are ready to buy a basket of apple, not necessarily it will be 10 rupees, it will be around 7 or 8 rupees. Why it is so? Because of the discounting principle. Because the labor hours is saved. Because that fruit seller will buy another basket of apple and he will start selling to others. So when the quantum of purchase increases, the price of the product will be reduced. That principle we used to call it as discounting principle. It is the most influencing business factor. Why? Because as the quantum is increasing, then the price of the product will be reducing. So with this particular thing, let's move to the next one. I think people are keep on joining when a minute. So the first one is incremental cost principle. The second one is concept of time perspective. Third one is discounting principle. And the fourth one is opportunity cost principle. You may ask a section A question, what is opportunity cost principle? It's a very unique and peculiar concept because based on this particular concept only, lot of theories has been developed. The concept of opportunity cost principle is a best economic tool for the managerial decision making. Under this principle, the firm can select the best alternative with the available alternative in order to make an effective decision. Suppose when you take a decision, you have to list out what are all the alternatives. Out of 4 or 5 alternatives, you will choose the best. Uh, Why you are choosing that particular alternative? Because of the rest of the alternative. That is, the cost incurred for the alternative is called opportunity cost. The revenue earned in the alternative is opportunity revenue. So based on the alternative only, your cost will be reasoned out or will be explained. I may say the axiom of the opportunity cost is to analyze and compare the value of the next best alternative of the decision. A, B, there are 2 projects. Why you are choosing A? Because of the weakness of the B, or the B will give room for choosing the A. So the cost incurred for the project B is opportunity cost for the A. In other words, the opportunity cost should provide idea about the consequences when you have not taken the decision. So you can make in this way also. This particular thing, you can expect one section A question. It's a confirmed question. And the last fundamental principle is equimarginal principle. This equimarginal principle is otherwise known as principle of maximum satisfaction. Sometimes they may, how do you define maximum satisfaction? It's nothing but you have to say equimarginal principle. The basic idea of this particular principle is when you are employing or when you are providing the raw material, you have to provide that in such a way the value added by the last input should be same for all users. That means there are 10 units of raw material. The use of first is equal to the use of the 10th raw material. So in other words, the inputs are utilized in an optimum way so as to maximize the profitability. Suppose if you are not treating equally, then it is not maximizing profit because the equilibrium condition will be defeated. That is why this equimarginal principle is very vital for taking a decision. The marginal productivity of each alternative is equal under the law of marginal utility. I may say the marginal productivity of A is equal to marginal productivity of B, which is equal to marginal productivity of C, where A, B, C are the available alternatives. With this, I am completing the 5 fundamental concepts. The first one is the incremental concept. The second one is the concept of time perspective. The third one is the discounting principle. The fourth one is opportunity cost principle. The last one is equimarginal principle. In this particular topic, there is a possibility of asking a case study. So I'm just saying this particular case study. Consider there is one company, ABC. The selling price may be rupees 20, and they want to reduce this particular price about 20%. As a result, the sales is increased from 10,000 bulbs to 15,000 bulbs. So the additional cost incurred for the raw material, because additionally 5,000 bulbs we have to produce. So additional cost will be 2,000 and the labor cost will be 800. Now, what they ask, what is the incremental revenue of the firm? Find the marginal revenue per unit. And how do you justify the equimarginal principle when raw material costs increase by 3,000? Here it is 2,000 we have mentioned in the problem. Suppose instead of 2,000 it is 3,000, what will happen? So you have to suggest the firm whether to reduce the price or not. So whether we have to take a decision, this particular price reduction will be good for the firm or not, you have to suggest. So I will give answer for this particular case study. We will start out one by one. First, we should calculate the incremental revenue of the firm. So first, we should calculate the incremental. Incremental means the additional revenue earned because of the price change. So as we know, the current price is, the existing price is 20 rupees. We want to fix a new price. What is a new price? Existing price minus 20% of that particular price. So it is 4 rupees. 20% of 20 rupees is 4 rupees. So the new price is 16 rupees. What is the incremental revenue? Earlier, what we earned and currently what we are earning, the difference between these two is the incremental revenue. So earlier, it was 20 rupees. He sold 10,000 bulbs. So he earned 2 lakh rupees. Now the price is reduced to 16 rupees and now the sales is 15,000. So 16 into 15,000, 2 lakh 40,000 rupees. The difference between these two is 40,000 rupees. That is the incremental revenue for the firm is 40,000 rupees. For your sake, I will repeat again. The actual price is 20 rupees and the reduced price is 20% reduction in the price. So 20 of 20 rupees is 4 rupees. So at new price will be 16 rupees. So now we have to calculate the revenue from previous price and the current price. So previous price, when you multiply 10,000 bulbs into 20 rupees is 2 lakhs. Now it is 16 rupees, 15,000 bulbs. So 2 lakh 40,000. So totally 40,000 rupees is having the incremental value. The marginal revenue per unit, now we have to calculate. It is a very easy formula. R1 minus R2, R2 minus R1 divided by Q2 minus Q1. Here R1 is the total revenue earned because of the new price. R1 is the total revenue out of the previous price. So when you apply, Q2 is 15,000 plus, it is 10,000 bulbs. So when you apply 2 lakh 40,000 minus 2 lakh divided by 15,000 rupees minus 10,000 bulbs. So totally 40,000 by 5,000 rupees 8 is the marginal revenue earned by the firm. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Whether I have to repeat again or you can ask. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Shall I move to the next question? Now we are going to ask how much will be the raw material cost when it is instead of 2,000 it is 3,000. So what we have to do, the total additional cost incurred for raw material is 2,000 rupees is the problem. Suppose additionally 3,000 rupees is there, totally 5,000 rupees is the additional cost. And additional labor cost, as we said, It is 800 rupees. So totally 5,800 rupees is the 1 minute. Shall we continue? Hello.
Yes, sir.
See, some of your friends are not able to join the group, they are saying. Is it so? Kindly ask them to rejoin. Ask them to quit and then
Okay, sir.
ask them to click the link again. So the third question, now we have to calculate what is our total additional profit that he is going to get. So already 2,000 rupees is the raw material cost and 800 rupees the labor cost. Additionally, 3,000 rupees is incurred by the firm. So totally 5,800 is additional cost. How much revenue that we have earned in the first question, we have already calculated this 40,000 rupees. So the additional profit will be that 40,000 minus that 5,800. So 34,200 will be the additional profit. Now the last question is you have to give suggestion whether we go for this particular increase or not. Due to 20% decrease in price, nearly 50% additional sales can be made because from 10,000 bulbs to it is 15,000 bulbs because of 20% reduction. We may express in monetary term, the firm earned additional profit of rupees 34,200. Therefore, this price reduction is the right decision for the current system. That's what I want to suggest. Suppose you want to give some other suggestion means you can give suggestion anything you can give because of 20% reduction in price, 50% change made is I have said in a positive way. But what you can suggest, some other suggestion that I can make, we have to see about the availability of raw material, whether the raw material is available or not. It is subject to discussion. If raw material is available, then we will go for it. You can suggest like that. So when they are asking suggestion means not necessarily you have to give the same suggestion. Suggestion may differ from person to person. What I have given some positive suggestion, that is 20% reduction in price, increase 50% sales and additional monetary of 34,200. So this price reduction is the right reason I have suggested. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. With this, I'm ending the class. Any doubt?